Yo, what's up, guys? Tom Trading here. So today we're going to be talking about the state of AMC and pretty much just what happened today, as far as why the price of AMC kind of just traded sideways for a little bit today. Saw a somewhat of a spike there at the end of the trading day, or at least the normal trading days, anyways. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. But before I do, I just want to remind everybody that again. Well, one, I'm not a financial advisor. Two, the channel is taking a new direction. If you guys are watching these videos, it's pretty much just for for you guys to just feel relaxed. It's not for you guys to feel like, because not everybody has their time in a day to talk about technicals or do all the homework or, be serious all the time, basically. I mean, holding AMC and buying the dips and holding on the rips, it's pretty hard. It's taxing on the mind. Emotionally, I know everybody wants to be rich and everybody wants to cash out at the top, but the best thing you could do is be patient. And if you guys haven't seen my other video, I really recommend watching that video because I talk about how it's okay to make mistakes. I clearly made a mistake as far as chasing Doge and then, selling all of my AMC and then having a transfer from Robinhood to Webull. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen as far as like your decision making. There's a lot of things that can happen on the market on any given day. There's a lot of things that can happen with AMC. And clearly today, as we could see, if we go over to Webull, I mean, it was pretty much a dull day. And by dull, I mean, it traded sideways pretty much all day today. And, for me, like I said in my last video, like I sold all my shares. So I was kind of crossing my fingers and kind of playing the other side here and hoping that AMC would dip so I could kind of buy in and purchase more shares at a lower price. But at the same time, like it didn't really matter to me because I have enough to make a difference. I have enough capital to make a difference as far as, even if AMC was ripping today. But the thing is, if we look at the chart here and, this is, let's look at the 10-minute chart. From where it started last week on Thursday and then just going into this week, I'm not going to say I didn't see this coming. It's just you never know, right? Well, one thing, you never know. I never know. I don't know. But there was a similar pattern before a couple of months ago. So if we go back here, we kind of saw a similar pattern where it reached that level of 1440, which is that huge level of resistance. Pretty much all week it's been just trying to break through 1440. And I think at some point it did reach like 15, but that was like in after hours. But at the same time, I was kind of hoping this similar pattern over here on the left would occur pretty much this week because I didn't want to miss out. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I wanted AMC to dip a little bit so I could buy in. But like I said, what ended up happening here in April when because it went as low as 7 and then it doubled up to 14 in the matter of like a week. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys were in that position where you also thought it was going to rip, right? You thought this is it. This is going to be the squeeze. Fingers crossed. And I was excited because obviously I still had my shares in Robinhood. And I was like, hell yeah, man. Like, I want this thing to rip. Let's go to the moon. Let's get this, war over and done with. Because like I said, it's taxing on the mind and on your emotions because, either whether you want to prove your friends or your family's wrong or just yourself because you're just that tough on yourself, and you want to just prove it to yourself that you have the ability to hold, that you have the ability to diamond hand, that you have the capacity to, be mentally and emotionally strong to the point where, yeah, when it reaches 14 and above and it breaks all the way to 16, 20, etc. Like, yeah, we all want that to happen, but when is it going to happen? Who knows? But what I meant by earlier about, seeing the same kind of pattern or trend here that we did last time. I was kind of hoping this would happen, which it's pretty much following the same exact pattern. So I'll be looking forward to seeing what happens tomorrow on Thursday and on Friday, because if not, we could totally see a break from this pattern from the previous time. So, I mean, we noticed here kind of consolidated at 12, and then the following days, it just went back down into like the 11 and 10 and $9 range. But I mean, it's interesting to see what happens tomorrow going into Friday and into the weekend. Because, I mean, if we keep zooming out, this would be the third time that AMC, apart from the first time it squeezing and ripping, like this would be the third time it hits that level of resistance at the $14 mark. And, when it comes to technical analysis, I know I promise on this channel we're not going to get serious or anything like that. But just to put it in perspective, a lot of people who are trading or day trading or holding or just in general looking at the technical analysis here, everybody looks for that third, try into that huge level of resistance at 14. Or in any stock where you see that third, you try to see that third try and then see the rip from there. I think a lot of people were expecting this one to just continue past that $14 of level of resistance, but it didn't happen. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? In either case, I think as long as we stay above $10 or away from the single digits going into next week, we should be okay. But like I said, who knows? I think the whole concept of the ape community is to continue to hold, never to sell. Don't do what I did. Don't do the stupid thing that I did, and chasing into Doge. If you have extra money, put it into Doge. If you want to, diversify your portfolio, because I mean, I know like me, there's a lot of action going into Doge. I know a lot of people feel the need to want to sell their AMC stock, whether it's 1/4, half, 3/4, or all of it like I did, and then want to put it all in something else because there's more action happening on the other side of the fence with cryptocurrency right now, especially with the fire sale that's going on. But who knows how low Dogecoin or Bitcoin or whatever coin is going to dip down to. It's kind of hard to predict how far any of that stuff is going to continue to dip down. But I mean, everybody's keeping an eye on crypto. Everybody wants to get in on the fire sale. Is it a distraction? It can be, but you got to ask yourself, like, in the end, do you want to end up like me and kind of regret missing the rocket launch to the moon? Do you want to feel bad because you bought Doge and then buying into, AMC at the peak, basically? You really don't want to do that. It's a very ugly feeling. It's a pretty, it just doesn't feel right? So the one thing you do want to do is just continue to hold. I know people who've been holding since January, February, March. It feels like you've been checking AMC, checking in on the live streams with Matt or Trey or whoever you watch the live streams on during the week. If you're, lucky enough to catch those streams, like I know it's very hard to wake up at 6:30 or at 6, pre-market and looking at everything. But I mean, I encourage everybody to just keep going. Obviously, I mean, there's always a lot of news going around on AMC. The media is still talking about it. Obviously, all the YouTubers out there like Matt and Trey are still talking about it. So that's always a good thing. I mean, if you guys want some more support, join a group on Facebook. Don't get any advice on Facebook. Trust me on that one. There are a lot of people in there who don't know what they're doing. But do join a group and just get into the conversation. Talk to somebody who is in a similar situation as you are. Or just take my example, and, don't make the same mistake that I did and chase Dogecoin or another coin or even another stock. Hold wherever it is you bought. I wouldn't recommend buying at the rips. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys, or most of you guys, bought in at like 12, 13, 14, like whether it's 30 shares or 40 shares or even 10 shares. I mean, that's like 100 $200, $300. You know, so and if it ends up dipping, you could obviously get more for your money. So I would recommend just being more patient. Patience right now is our ally, and it always will be as long as the squeeze doesn't happen before then. But a lot of people are kind of predicting the squeeze might happen by the end of this month, going into June. I know Trey's always talking about like what to do when you earn your millions and stuff like that. And it's really exciting to hear him say that, right? Because we're all like, oh my God, if he's that confident, maybe he knows something we don't. So, you know, why not continue holding? Exactly. I mean, there are so many good things to holding right now, AMC. We're at the very end of it. It feels like we're at the end of the leg. We're right there close to the finish line running this marathon. So why not finish it strong? Why not continue holding? And again, if you guys haven't seen my last video, like, don't feel bad for making mistakes. Right now, like I said, AMC is at, what is it? 1264. And that was after the normal trading hours. I don't know where it is right now. I think if I go over to Robinhood, let's see, AMC 1250 after market or after hours, and it's pretty much stayed there. So, I mean, it dropped like 10 cents, but right now where AMC is standing, it's not too bad. Like I said, if we start going down into 11 and 10 and going into the weekend, I would recommend buying in there. That would be your safest bet. And if anything, if we just continue to trend down this line where, you know, we still keep trading in between, you know, $10 and $11 like we did here for pretty much a month and a half, then by the end of maybe this month or going into June, you know, maybe we could see that real third test at $14, and then it's going to rip. Or we could see the scenario where it starts to consolidate here going into the weekend, and then maybe next week is when it starts to rip. Because we do kind of see a cup and handle formation here. Whether you want to call this one the cup, this huge cup. I mean, there are so many ways to play this. You could do this one, and then this handle right here. There's a cup, there's a handle, and then there's the break. Or you could do this huge cup, and then this huge handle, and then maybe we'll see the break here. Or we could see the cup here, and then this kind of awkward handle here, and then the break here. I mean, you could slice it in so many different ways, but there's no guarantee for sure knowing when it's going to rip. But I mean, there's so many things out there to look forward to. Some new rulings or rulings to look forward to that haven't been implemented yet by the SEC. Even though they're corrupt and it takes a while for it to kind of go into effect. I mean, I think there was an article on Benzinga where it said like the hedge funds were, I think just this week alone, since GME and AMC started ripping, they lost $500 million. And that's insane. So in 5 trading days, they lost $500 million. Or maybe I think it was $1 billion. I mean, I might as well just look it up, to be honest. Just to double check here. Benzinga. Let's see. AMC. Let's see. GameStop 6 shares trading lower. Sell off inequities. Huh. No, I don't want anything to do with that. But I'll make sure to leave it down in the description below. I might have seen it on. I know for sure it was on Robinhood, and it was a link to Benzinga, or at least one of those online articles where it said that, you know, the hedge funds were losing around $500 million in the last 5 trading days. But we'll see. like I said, that's a win for us. I mean, they're bleeding money each and every single day, and there's nothing they could do about it because we're holding. We're not doing anything else as far as getting distracted for the most part. You know, all 3 million of the what's it called? Kind of had a brain fart. The retail investors, 3 million of us. So that's a really huge number holding on AMC. But I mean, that's where we are right now. Today's Wednesday, the 19th, 2021, May for that fact. And, you know, like Goku's doing over here, all we could do is just gather the energy and just ask the universe to just go into our favor, right? We're there, we're battling Kid Buu. We're just, you know, if you guys watch Dragon Ball Z or, you know, even recognize this clip, you know what I'm talking about. But we're there, we're gathering every single little resource that we can get, every single energy from everybody. And we're trying to just come in as a collective, as a community, and just tell everybody, hang in there. We're going to get through this. It's going to happen. And if it doesn't, worst case scenario, this stock is a $20 to $40 stock in the long run. So, I mean, there's always like I said, there's always positive news, or there's always a positive way to look at AMC at this point. You have no chance of losing. Like I said, unless you keep buying at the tips, which I don't recommend. I would recommend buying if we see it past the $20 mark. That would be a new entry point for me, or at least past that $16 or $15 mark. I would definitely buy in there because there's a huge level. There's that level, that level 20, the $20 level where it ripped and then it just shot straight down. That would be the next level that we would be looking to, as far as like when the next dip will come if AMC starts to rip again. And clearly it can't pass that 1440 level resistance. It hasn't. So the least we could do is just keep hoping, keep waiting, and see what happens. And who's to say, it won't happen tomorrow or on Friday or even next week. So again, we're almost there, guys. It's almost the end of the month. Let's finish this month strong. Let's keep going. Everybody's chin up, chest out. We're apes, for God's sakes. So let's act like it. I am Tom Trading, guys. Thanks again for watching. If you guys enjoy this content, feel free to subscribe. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll catch you guys next time, and you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. See you.